Today we'll look at this historic home that was built for a furniture manufacturer who's definitely in the right place at the right time. There's no furniture in it now, so I'll show you how I would decorate it if it were mine. That's me on piano. This home was built in 1935 for R.L. Stone and Nancy Bassett Stone. Bassett is in Bassett Furniture in Bassett, Virginia. It's kind of ironic. There's a covered wagon and oxen on the logo because it actually came to be because of the railroads. Nancy's brother ran the local mercantile, and he convinced the railroads to come through his property and they could build a depot right next to his general store. So the town grew around the railroad, and the post office came and they asked, "What would you like to call your new town?" And he said, "Hey, how about Bassett? Bassett has a good ring to it." So the town was called Bassett, and then his sister Nancy married a local builder named R.L. Stone. And they thought, we've got a general store, we've got this builder, let's put our interests together, we'll make a furniture company. What should we call it? Let's try Bassett. And that was in 1902. Today, Bassett Furniture is a huge cluster of buildings that stretches along Ferrystone Park Highway, Virginia 57. If you keep driving past them east, you'll eventually get to Ferrystone State Park. But back in the day, Reed and Nancy Bassett Stone lived pretty close to headquarters. Their home is on the National Register of Historic Places because, do you see the pediment up there? And the tall columns and the sweeping staircase inside. Those are all things that got it listed on both state and national registers. And as you can see, this beautiful home still has R.L. Stone's portrait over the mantle, but no furniture. And, I was thinking back in the day, I'd be going to that warehouse and looking at all the different prototypes of furniture they were building, and I'd say, let's bring that one home and try it out. But anyway, right now, if it were mine, I would take inspiration from designer Suzanne Kassler and brings back some of the glamour it would have had originally, like that. So why did I choose this? Because it's very light. Look at the ceiling. Isn't it great? An old house can sometimes feel stodgy, and her design is not stodgy. It's very glamorous, but it's also comfortable. She's mixed in some vintage pieces like the mirrors and the dresser, but it feels very fresh and light. I think it just kind of celebrates furniture and how to mix things, the contemporary style with the glass tables, with the curvy vintage style. I think it would go well with the sparkling dining room here. I'm sorry that it's also a grainy dining room because I had to grab the picture off of the realtor's Facebook video. Anyway, that brings us to the study. The fireplace there is double-sided because there's another office behind it. And this is where R.L. Stone met with his clients for his building business, because this room has its own outside entrance. Now you can see in many of the rooms that the floors need to be refinished, which is something to consider, but the kitchen has been recently updated, and it has this really nice kind of trendy stove alcove with pull-out spice shelves, a Viking stove, and a really pretty paint color. Upstairs, there are 5 bedrooms, and the house has 7,036 square feet. Okay, so I said there wasn't any furniture in the house. There is some furniture in the house. There is a reclining lady sculpture next to the fireplace. She's obviously very relaxed. It might be a coffee table base, I'm not sure. But I do know that it wasn't made by Bassett Furniture. Moving on. The hall bath here is pretty representative of how all the bathrooms in the house look. And there are 5 of them. here are two of the bedrooms. Nice basic black bedroom. And the house also has a private suite of rooms known as the butler's quarters. It could be used as an Airbnb. It's a very nice space, and it has a little galley kitchen. As I said, it has the outside entrance you can see on the right of the house there. And then over the garage is another guest space. It's a little more rustic, but very cute, a lot of charm. And it has original plumbing fixtures. So other amenities with the house include the pool, the gazebo, chicken house, maybe with the chickens. And there are gardens spread over almost 3 acres. And a nice little fire pit there. So I really did want to find a Bassett furniture ad to pair with the living room. So I briefly considered this design of theirs because I liked how the 3 bookcases etagères would balance the 3 windows on the other side of the room. And again, it's a nice mix of modern and more vintage looking pieces. But I felt that for Bassett, this ad is actually kind of boring for them. Because back in the day, they advertised with the big giant chair. They built an apartment on the seat of the chair, and it had a functioning kitchen, bathroom, heat, and air conditioning. They hired a lady to live in the apartment and come out on the little balcony and wave to people and watch TV, and somehow she motivated them to buy Bassett furniture. Okay, so we learned how the town of Bassett got its name, but what about Ferry Stone Park Highway? Well, if you didn't know, fairy stones are mineral deposits that come in the shape of little crosses. St. Andrew's cross, a Roman cross, Maltese cross, and people consider finding them to be good luck. And I would think that R.L. Stone and the Bassett family are probably among those people because they found plenty of good fortune in those fairy stone foothills. So that's a wrap for the Bassett Stone house. How would you decorate it if it were yours? I'd like to know. Leave a comment below, please. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe. And for more content, visit my website, ifitweremine.com.